I'm Kaitlin, and
I'm Kyle. Welcome to our awesome project. As you can see here, we have our Arduino board, the subject for this week's project.
so now we're going to take a closer look at our circuit. You can see that we have the 5 volt and 3.3 volt going from the Arduino to power our breadboard. From here we power our altimeter, we power the SD card, and we power the GPS. The altimeter is hooked up to the analog ports 4 and 5, whereas the SD card is hooked up to our digital ports 13 through 10. Our GPS, on the other hand, is only hooked up to the digital ports 3 and 4. Now, all of this is powered by our amazing 12-volt motorcycle battery.
That Bensky kindly made for us.
Yes.
Thank you, Bensky.
Thank you, Dr. Bensky.
Now that we've looked at the circuit, let's take a look at the fritzing diagram, which lays out our circuit on the computer. The wonderful program can draw all of the wires to our chips and our sensors. Unfortunately, fritzing does not have our sensors, so we had to make a post-it note with the corresponding ports and names.
So now we'll take a look at our code. The most difficult part about this was getting the libraries to cooperate with each other. We have 2 specific libraries, the Tiny GPS for the GPS and the intercimobero.h library, which is for the altimeter. These did not like to agree with each other, but eventually we got it so that we got some readings. After the setup, our GPS gives us the latitude and longitude and prints that both onto the serial port and onto the SD card. Then it prints the pressure reading that we get from our altimeter onto the SD card as well, along with a timestamp from when the Arduino was turned on.
Here's our pre-deployment of the Arduino. Now, Caitlin's going to take the Arduino and put it in our bag. This is how we deploy our Arduino in the field. And now, time for their still picture of the deployment.
Now Kyle's going to go take some data for us.
Data taking time. To take data, all we have to do is walk around with our altimeter, our GPS, and it'll take the data for us. We've taken this many places to strange new lands, such as In-N-Out Burger, and we have managed to make a plot of the campus.
This is our code that's going into MATLAB. As you can see, we take in our data, which we have in array forms for the latitude, the longitude, and the pressure. And then we use this try-scattered interp function to interpolate our data that we got for the pressure, and it averages it out so that we have a solid amount for our plots. Then we take a full plot of it all and we plot the surface.
Here we see a 3D plot of my drive to In-N-Out Burger. I start at campus down at the very bottom, which is right about here. From there, I get on the highway and go up the grade and all the way to 101 until I finally reach my destination and get my In-N-Out Burger. Here's one of our other beautiful plots. This is my drive home from campus. I started at H-Bar, walked to my car, got in my car, which is at the bottom of the parking structure, and as you can see, there's actually a spiral of my car going up the parking structure. The thing is so precise, it follows me on my way up there. And then if we zoom out, we can see my house is towards the bottom of San Luis Obispo, so I drive all the way down San Luis Obispo and finally at the last part get to a hill and then go up to my house right there.
So here we have a line plot of my path around campus when I walked around. You can see that this 3-dimensional plot shows us where the latitude and longitude is, along with the elevation on the z-axis. If we move it so that we can only see the latitude and longitude, you can see that we started in H-bar and then walked in a few different paths all the way around North Perimeter, along with down below the architecture building, around the library, around all the engineering buildings. Around here is where Campus Market is, and then back up to H-bar. There's a big gap in the middle because of Area 52. Here you can see our surface plot of Cal Poly. Now this is actually a three-dimensional plot, so you can move it around and look in and see where all of the hills and valleys are of the Cal Poly campus. Up at the top here, you can see this is where H-bar is, right there. And this dip here is at the bottom of the faculty building. All the way down here, this is about where the library is and where Dexter is, and this farther down part is the low engineering buildings below the library.
Our project shows how pressure and elevation are related. We also had to learn how to interface libraries, which was extremely difficult. Right here, right here, right here. And here's our mascot, Honey.